It is not difficult to see why the Makarska Riviera is considered to be part of the Croatian coast with the most beautiful natural beaches and beautiful, clear sea. These attributes certainly attract a large number of guests who, in addition to sea and swimming, might be looking for something more for their vacation. Many of them will find fun and refreshment from the summer heat on the Biokovo mountain range and its peaks, which offer beautiful views of the sea and the nearby islands of Brač, Hvar and Korčula. The highest peak of St. Jure, with 1,762 meters, is the third highest mountain peak in Croatia. You can reach the summit by car on a paved 23 kilometers long road and enjoy the beautiful nature. At the top is a TV transmitter whose peak is actually the highest point in Croatia, with its 1,850 meters above sea level. On the peak of St. Jure, there is a church of the same name, built in 1968, not far from the old church that was demolished due to the construction of the transmitter. Members of the Croatian Mountain Rescue Service work tirelessly every moment of every day, making sure that all visitors of Biokovo are safe and can happily return home at the end of the day.
So we're on top of this glorious mountain massive Biokovo, and Tonči, you have been a volunteer of Croatian Mountain Rescue Service
yes.
For what, 24 years?
Yes.
So you've seen it all. You've seen tragic moments, you've seen funny moments, but nobody's ever died in your arms, right?
Yeah, I'm 24 years in the Mountain Rescue Service. A lot of experience, a lot of jobs. It was really, sometimes it's tragedy, sometimes we are happy after actions when we save somebody. But we are volunteers, we like it, especially when we save somebody.
Sure.
Biokovo is second mountain, highest mountain
second highest
in Croatia.
In Croatia.
And it's a very nice mountain, like you see today. But always you must be careful, always take enough water, good shoes, enough water, enough clothes to be sure that you can survive if needs, because a mountain is always unpredictable.
Despite constant reminders and sage advice, some tourists still take the powers of nature for granted and act irresponsibly, undermining the mountain, resulting in smaller or greater rescue operations on a daily basis.
Do you have any other advice for tourists, for people who come up here to climb, to look around, to play with animals? I mean, the horses are pretty friendly. What about the rest of them?
It depends on your condition. Always must look about weather, forecast, because the weather can change in 1 hour. Can be very hot, after 2 hours can be very cold. You must be very careful.
Right, so you can't take it for granted?
Yeah,
okay.
Because we had a lot of situations, we are saying people, after starting a nice day, afternoon can be very cold, can be -10.
It is incredibly important to be well prepared and equipped, and to behave with respect towards Mother Nature.
You can visit the mountain, but you can enjoy the mountain, but always be careful.
Right. Any snakes that we should
We have some snakes.
watch out
We have
for?
poison, the most poisonous snake in Europe. We call it poskok.
Okay.
But we had some attacks last year, but nobody dies. But always you must know the snakes is always defend.
Oh, right. So the snakes always defend themselves. So in case you don't attack them, they won't attack you.
She will escape always, but you are bigger.
Okay, of course. Okay. Let's remember that.
We have wolves. We have eagles, rabbits, snakes.
All right.
A lot of wild animals, but and also
friendly
these nice horses.
Hey. Okay. Well, thank you so much. I must attend to the horse now.
Beaches of Makarska offer fun of all types and shapes, the most popular being water sports, of course. For many, jet ski will be the first choice. Although it may seem simple at first glance, it requires a certain amount of skill and caution when starting a jet ski from a beach, such as this one, which is crowded with swimmers. Don't think you can goof off as you like, as these modern skis have a real-time monitoring system and the option to shut down the engine by remote. In order to provide maximum protection for both the jet ski driver and the people in the sea, it is possible to configure the no-go zones, and the jet ski automatically shuts off if it leaves the designated area. Parasailing offers a slightly more relaxed fun and a unique panoramic view of the entire Riviera from a height of several hundred meters. Lifting and lowering from a speedboat is very safe and actually quite fun. And you don't have to worry about getting wet, unless you ask for it, of course. Statistically speaking, parasailing is very safe. Between 1982 and 2012, there were an estimated 150 million parasail rides with around 1,700 mishaps. An activity with 0.0001% chance of a bad outcome can hardly be considered high risk. But there are some things bad rides have in common and can help keep you on the good side of those numbers. Most cases of injury or death associated with parasailing occur when the tow line breaks. Do not parasail if the tow line appears visibly worn, faded or dirty. All lines should look pristine and good operators change them often. Reliable operators maintain their gear regularly and will show it off to you without hesitation. Also, be sure to ask the operator what their plan is and what actions you should take if the line parts. If he or she does not have a plan, this is not the ride you want. And last but not least, the newest craze, Aqua Twister. This innocent-looking carousel twisting in the water is one of the craziest and most extreme rides I've ever been on. It all looks nice and easy in the beginning, but as the speedboat starts gaining speed, this thing starts spinning like crazy. G-forces are pulling me on all sides and I'm struggling to keep my grip. The ride seems like there is no end to it. After the ride, I feel nauseous. Even reaching land is not comforting anymore. And this is definitely something to do at the end of the day if you want to. And not after the meal.
I'm Klara Andriašević. I'm a professional athlete in 3000 meters and 1500 meters. I'm national record holder in 3000 meters and Balkan champion in 1500 meters and future world champion.
In recent years, Makarska has become an increasingly popular destination for athletes preparing for major competitions. Makarska City Sports Center boasts over 50,000 square meters of indoor and outdoor sports facilities. The outdoor sports facilities include a main grass football pitch with stands and an area below the stands, an athletic stadium with a tartan track and a grass field, a second grass football pitch, a football pitch with artificial grass, tennis courts, a basketball court and a bowling court with floodlights. Indoors there are a sports hall, large and small swimming pools, a gym, a martial arts hall, a multi-purpose hall and an automatic 4-track bowling alley. Nearby, there are a number of high-category hotels that provide athletes with quality accommodation and top-quality service. In addition to other sports, recreational and health facilities located in the city of Makarska, the City Sports Center has enabled athletes and sports associations from Croatia and Europe to visit Makarska for decades, it and classifying it as one of the most desirable and recognizable destinations for sports preparation, competitions and active sports tourism. We spent the afternoon with Clara trying to disrupt her as little as possible in her training and preparations. We are sure that in the coming years we will hear a lot about Clara and her successes in major sports competitions.